Hey Glam Dolls and Gents, this is Tanya coming to you from the Glam Queen's Kingdom with a process video for setting up the accoutrements to my 25 Gifts of Love devotional file folder project. And this is the ByTheWell4God Advent devotional kit, Christmas devotional kit for December 2020. And I've already put together the book itself using my Heidi Swapp bookbinding tool, and I used the Heidi Swapp memory file folders to create this little book. And my plan is to adhere the dates. These are the days of the for the different gifts of love, and I'm going to be just kind of setting some things in place and getting this book put together and see where we go. So I'm going to just actually put you guys on fast forward and see where we end up. Okay? See you in a second. So here you see me setting down the cardstock copy that I made of the front cover of the 25 Gifts of Love devotional kit. I used the two-sided red line tape to adhere the page down to the front of the booklet, and I'm just trimming off the excess from around the edge, ensuring that it is well prepped with the double-sided tape. I want to make sure that the page, it stays for forever, hopefully. And so I'm taking off the strips, removing those so that I can adhere this first element to the page. And somehow I ended up misplacing the gold tulle ribbon that I wanted to use, that I had mentioned earlier in one of my earlier videos. And here you see me using some tacky glue on the back of a frame that I had in my stash, that I wanted to use to frame out 25 Gifts of Love. And I just thought it would be a nice little element to add to the page. And although you see white glue there, the glue will dry clear and it won't be an issue, so you won't see it. But I still use a tissue to remove the excess glue from around the frame. And then you see I have some Heidi Swapp bows there, self-adhesive bows, and I find, you know, I'm using my brayer here actually to smooth out the frame, make sure it's stuck down very, very well. And then I'm trying to decide, you know, what color bow do I want to use, and, you know, if I'm actually going to do that. I take a piece of the gold ribbon there that I had and cut it down to size to use as a border at the bottom of the book. The book is kind of out of frame, so you miss just a little bit of me trying to put the glue on the ribbon so that I can adhere it to the page. And then out of the view of the camera, I'm actually adhering the ribbon down on the page. I then noticed that it's not really sticking all that well, so I reached for my fabric glue to use on the ribbon. And so I just take it and dab it in a few places and make sure that it's sealed fairly well before I move on to the next element for this particular project. So I found a acrylic block to just use at the bottom to hold the ribbon in place so that it dries in place actually. And what I did here was cut down that paper. There's a pocket there with the stripes going, I think it's diagonally. And I loved that. And I said, you know what? I'm going to cut this down and use the pocket. And then I'm going to use the my paper trimmer to cut it down some more. And then I'm using the double-sided red tape again here to adhere the pocket down to the page, and using it on both sides to ensure that it's taped well. I want the words down at the bottom right-hand side to be shown, and it says remember, and then it has a space for the date. I'm actually going to try and use that somehow, maybe put some tile alphas on it later. I'll see. And so I removed the backing and adhered the pocket to the page. And you know, I love Gigi. So I love Gigi. And so I grab her and end up putting her on the page once I use my brayer to smooth out the pocket. I put Gigi over there, and I feel like she's a good addition to that side because of the bouquet of flowers that she's holding, the greenery on the pocket itself. I just felt like it just went really well. And so using some of my craft glue to put on the back of this image, and I'll adhere her to the page once I smooth all of this out. I want to make sure that she sticks really well and that there's no movement. So finding a right place for her, and then just holding her in place to make sure that she is adhered well. Using my tissue just to remove any excess glue that may have seeped out, you know, on the sides. And yeah, there you have it. I'm using my acrylic block again to hold her in place, and I will begin setting my numbers down, and that the numbers will be the days of the devotional kit for each day. There are 25 days, so I have 25 numbers in those blocks. And so I have the foam adhesive tape that I'm using to adhere the numbers down, and I'll do several of those, you'll see, with strips of the foam adhesive, and just to pop them up off the page. And they actually added some dimension to my book, some, you know, more weight, but it's okay because I love that there's a lot going on. I love that there is a variety of elements and pages that don't necessarily go with this particular kit, but I feel like it's going to be interactive enough to where I'll be able to make it work. So the way that I'm placing the numbers on each page will be at different angles, will be, you you know, some at the top, some at the bottom, some at one corner, and then some at the other on the opposite page. You'll see some in the top of the page, in the middle, you know, and then others will be right across from each other. I just did that. There was no rhyme or reason to it. I just wanted to have the days in different places on each page. And so I'm going to have a page set for each day. So I'll need 25 days. And I don't know that I'll put the month in there, just because I want to make sure that I'm not held to just, you know, if I run out of time in December, I don't want to feel like, oh, I didn't complete it in December. But we'll see. Maybe I'll put December somewhere in the front so that you know that this was for December 2020. And I've continued putting the numbers all the way through 25. And then on this particular folder, there was a blank, there were 2 blank pages on the inside. And so I used my Distress Oxide ink and my gold handle cosmetic brush to just smooth on some color. And I believe that's is that cracked pistachio? I believe it is. Cracked pistachio. Worn lipstick. I'm sorry. My apologies. Worn lipstick. And so I'm just using the brush to pick up some color. And then I reached for my stencil, this month's stencil. And I decided, you know what? I'm going to put some color down on these pages. And so that's what I do. And I tried to find colors that matched the colors in the devotional kit. I tried to find as close a color combination as I could. And so you'll see there that I used cracked pistachio is the green color. Peace on Earth. I love that, love that, love that. And so you see me, you know, stenciling the stars and just some different places all over the page. And then the next color that I reach for is the Broken China, which is the blue. So I'm wiping off the stencil just a bit and decide to use the Broken China on the right side of the page. So I'm thinking that I'll probably use those 2 pages for maybe some random notes, maybe some additional things that maybe God, you know, may want me to mention or make note of, and you know, go from there. So there you'll see me just kind of gently trying to keep my desk from moving, shaking with the you know, while I'm filming. So I'm trying to ensure that I've placed the stencil where it needed to be. You'll see some spaces there where the corners of the stencil came out and the framing or whatever, which is fine with me. I like that. Doesn't really bother me much because I see the pops of color still framing the words Peace on Earth. And actually that's on both sides of the book. So there I'm just, you know, trying to get, you know, something down in the corner of the page, and then I take it up to the top of the page again, just to get a little bit of color through the stencil in that particular space as well. So I love that brush. Oh my God. How about I just love the brush? The color of it is just so beautiful. I love that. Oh, that's one of my favorite colors. That bronzy, oh, I love it. Oh. I got the brush from ByTheWell4God. It's a set of 2, and those are the brushes. I think the first person I may have seen use that was Elisa from Scrappy Wife. And when I saw it, I said, oh, I have to get it. I've ordered several boxes with the intent of using them for something else, but I opened one box today to use to, you know, help me out on this project. So here I just cut out a piece of this bronzy, sparkly paper, and I'm using a piece of the double-sided red tape to adhere it to a pocket that I've made. You'll see the pocket, the flowered pocket right there on the book. And I'm actually going to cover up the staples that I used to attach the pocket. So this was scraps. These were scraps that I had. The scrap of the paper, the scrap from when I cut the pocket off that I used in the beginning of the book. I slid the little the flowered piece of paper in between the little cutoff pocket, and then I stapled it with my tiny attacher. And so I'm going to use that on one of those pages, one of my entries, and I'm going to adhere this sparkly strip down the side to hide the staples from the tiny attacher. And so, yeah, there you have that. And I'm not sure where I'm going to put it. So there you see me just trying to figure out, like, hey, where could I put this? We'll see. I have plenty of time to figure out something. And, yeah. I think for right now, I just leave it there, maybe. You know, kind of go from there. So, I am still trying to decide what to do about this bow. And so I think I end up deciding that, you know what, I'll just use the turquoise bow, and you'll see me flipping to the back of the book. Not sure what I'm going to do with those last 2 pages. Maybe I'll, you know, use a tip-in of some sort or whatever, but we'll see. And so I go back to the bows, and I've said, you know what, I'm going to use, for right now, this little blue teal-colored bow at the top, and I'm going to use that. And you'll see me fidget around for a few minutes just trying to figure out what color. Is that the right color? Do I want to do that one? Is it okay? And so I decide that, yes, that's going to be okay. And so then I'm just kind of fidgeting and just, you know, going along with it. And so you'll see me fiddling around with a few other elements and trying to make decisions on what to do. Where should I go from here? Let me just plug this in right now while I'm thinking about it. If you have not done so, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. If you like the content of this video and others, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and let me know what you think. This has been interesting, totally different from what I've done before. And so here you see the finished product, and I think I'm ready to go as far as, you know, getting the starting to do some entries, some Bible art entries or whatever. So you'll see that I have the pocket there, and I have all of the days on each page. So you'll see me just kind of go through some of the pages. I trim off that corner because it's hanging over just a smidgen. Smidgen, is that a word? At any rate, you get my point. And so some of the pages are darker, some of the numbers are high, some of them are lower, some of them are in corners, some of them are not. And so, yeah, I'm just going to be going through and completing each day as God gives it to me. So I hope you'll stay tuned for more videos covering this particular project. And so I appreciate you watching. Thank you for your time. And yeah, this is going to be interesting. This is going to be really, really interesting. And so I can't wait to, start, getting into the meat and the heart of this particular kit. And so there, I just cut the back of the, that's a piece of cardstock. And so I might use that as a pocket to, end the devotional. So we'll see. I haven't decided yet. I figured, you know what, I'll leave it there for right now. And then perhaps on the back, I'll put, remember 2020, and go from there. So as you can see, my book is thickening up, and it should be a lot to see hopefully soon. So anyway, I will see you glam dolls and gents soon. And until then, God bless. Yes. Praise God. Bye.